This is the blue-green algae that's toxic, actually. For some reason it builds up and then it slowly makes a layer on the top. But I don't know if they're not worms, but they're like the way the algae grows, it makes like little strings. It's weird. Not everything is a big project. This one here is just I cracked my other cutting board that I used to have, my bamboo board. These are just like cheapy $5 boards. So I've just traced my other half of it on here, and I'm just making an equivalent board for the other half of my induction cooktop. So now I've got a cutting board to use here if I want, or just slide it up, do my cooking. And I got my stainless steel 1/4-inch rods, which I'm going to bend to make my pot holders here today. Now, just to give myself a guide to follow, these go from inset to inset with the jigsaw, and I'm basically just following the curve that way. Oh, let's do that one again. My blade will be following that inside piece anyway, the frame piece. So it's not that difficult to do. Alright, so there's my new cupboard door. Under the induction cooktop, and then access to all that area to make life easier for me to build my water tank, that's for sure. Yeah, so my next thing basically now is just going to take the sander and give that a good sand down. Basically I wrap the sandpaper around a tube, and this just gets rid of all the burrs. That's really all I'm doing. Good. That's all there is to it. So now I'm going to work on the water tank, but that's basically how I cut these openings. This is a little bit lower because of my induction cooktop is sitting down a little bit, so it doesn't quite look the same as the other cupboards here. These are a little taller, and that's just because of I wanted to inset the bottom of the cooktop, so that's fine. And I also I need the cupboards here for a number of reasons, storage. But I just want lots of access to everything that I need. So anyways, it's coming along. So I'm just getting ready to trim up my last piece of the subfloor that I didn't do. And I'm doing this now because I want to finish skinning the head, and I can't do that until I get the floor in and epoxied in. So that's what I'm doing now. It's the last little project. Should be pretty simple. And then once this is in and I've got the subfloor down, I'm going to add another 3/4 inch. I've got a piece I've been saving. It's quite thick. It's one of the original boat pieces, but I just want to raise the stairs up a little bit. So that'll basically take me up about 3/4 of an inch, which I think will make the step in a little less daunting, because right now it kind of feels like you step in and it's a bit of a step. And the bottom, you know, this from this step to this step to this step gets smaller and smaller as you get to the bottom. So the top step is actually a little bit bigger, so I'd like to bring it up just a little bit. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to finish drawing my my line here. This needs to be a rough cut. And then once I'm done with this cut, I'm going to measure just roughly and then draw an arc around based upon just some measurements like I usually do. So I'm just going to measure, you know, here, 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 and then I'll just connect the lines up. And that's going to be good enough for the subfloor, because I still have to put one more floor on it. Power is useful. The finished floor is going to be some kind of rubberized, I don't know yet, but something. We'll see when I get there. Now 0.2, 0.5, it's plenty close. Alright, so I want to epoxy that, the underside, and then lay it down So I'll do a quick vacuum, epoxy, and then just lay it down and screw it, and then I'll epoxy the top. So you remember that safety mechanism of running the line through the clasp so that it doesn't accidentally unfurl? Well, that's what happens when you forget to undo that when you release the Genoa. We got our half out and we're wondering, why isn't it going out? Almost there, Ed. So here, I'll hold on to it so it doesn't just keep going.
That's it?
Yeah, so this time let's take that out of there.
And clasp it, or do
I just unclasp it, yeah, there's no wind, so it's fine. And then just put her back on. Yeah. You might have to pull the pin to slip it on, like, yeah. So we're good? Okay, let her go for a sec. There we go. Well, we're not bobbing, it's one above bobbing.
Alright. Cruiser in. Take a look at it. It's not catching. You can maybe throw it around a bit. That's what.
I think it looks good. I think you got too much weight on the line here.
And actually, it looks like it's also hot.
Come on, wind. We are moving, however slow. beautiful day anyways. We're actually making a wake.
Yeah, but actually, like you said, like, if you look at the mark here, like, it shows you how...
We're moving. Yeah. So I said it teaches you patience when it's a day like today, I guess.
I knew I was going to be on camera. We're shady. I'm kidding. I remember linemen used to get so mad when it's, especially in the middle of the risk, because it can slow you down, right?
Oh yeah, it's...
And with a shark, it's only 24 foot. It actually comes and you'll hear it smack. One of it's banging on it. So what am I supposed to do here?
Keep your heading that way. You always want to head into waves, but just hold your heading.
It's not a big deal with small waves in a big boat, but otherwise it always too much wave, yeah.
Hello. So here's just another little project I'm working on, which is bending some of these stainless steel cars and making them into pot holders. So I'm going to, this is my pretty much dedicated pot, so I just want to be able to stick that in here and then have it yeah, it's right there. Okay. So I'm basically building a little pot holder rail just so it doesn't move around, and then it'll be steady while I'm moving the boat around or whatever, and the pot won't slide around. So I'm just trying to take extra precautions. So what I did was I just grabbed a 1/4 inch stainless steel rod, and then I've got these 1/4 inch little screws. These are insets, so you basically drill a 3/16 hole and you slip these things in and they have another hole, but so this hole actually fits through here. So just a simple little thing, and I think it looks pretty good. I'm just going to put a little touch of epoxy so that this thing stays in place. So what I'm doing is I'm drilling the first hole an 1.5 inches. So what I did was I put some tape here on the drill bit, and I'm just going to estimate where that's going to go by using, just to make sure I get the right end here. Let's go this way. And it goes this way. So this is going to give me just about close enough clearance here, so I can just get myself a, oh, I lost my pencil. So I know where to drill, and then after I drill, I'm essentially putting down a, I'm drilling through one of these entirely, but there's a second one below, so the second one actually stops it from going down any further. So I'm just gonna make a dot there. Make sure that looks right. Yeah, and a dot here. And it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be big enough to hold that thing from moving around too much. Mostly just using my arm strength, or my hand strength to do it. Hopefully it fits. It's got a little bit of a twist in it, this one. There we go. Yep. This one's got a bit of a pop out on it because it's not quite wide enough. So there we go. So I'm just going to epoxy this in here and put these two holders in place, and I think that's basically going to be good enough. Good. You know what? I'm happy with that. It's stainless. It's going to do the job. I just got to epoxy that in, and then yeah, I think I'm good. I've already fixed the fan. I replaced it with a computer fan that I had. So now what they're saying is that I got to get some sphagnum peat